What is going on, YouTube? So today, as I ride through some suburbs, I just wanted to talk about a question that comes up quite often on my channel. I get asked it in video comments, private messages, Facebook, everywhere. It's a very common one, usually multiple times a day. And that is for people who are looking to get started on a bike. If you're looking to get started on a bike as well, you might be wondering if you should start on a Ninja 300 or a Ninja 650. Very common question. 300 or 650, where should I start? Obviously, we all know which route I went, but it's actually a tough question for me to answer because there's no, in my opinion, there's no textbook response for that. I can't say one or the other because it's your choice. It's a matter of choice. Like, the 300 does just fine. It's an amazing starter bike in my opinion. I have no regrets at all. I'm in my second season with it now. I'm going to be keeping it throughout the entire season. That's the plan anyway. So I'm in no rush to get out of it. It's extremely nimble, you know, like very easy to maneuver, very lightweight. You feel like you're in complete control of the machine. It's got a low seat height, so again, it's easy to learn on, especially once you're, you know, slipper clutch, ABS. Mine's an ABS model. I chose to go with it. I strongly recommend it for everybody, but again, it's your call. So another huge benefit to the 300 is just cost of ownership. It's obviously a cheaper bike in terms of MSRP, you know, so you're not investing as much going into it. But it's also, like, depending on who your insurance provider is, it could be cheaper that way as well. I'm with State Farm here in Canada, and their rates are based strictly on CCs. They don't look at horsepower, they don't look at class of bikes or anything like that. So, you know, being a 300cc bike, my insurance is obviously very low, where if I were to go up to a 650, it does increase quite a bit. It's pretty good, and that's definitely working in the favor of the 300. Again, lightweight, very easy to maneuver. It's not something that you should be growing out of in the month or so. You know, a lot of people say that when you buy the bike, you're going to grow out of it right away, so just skip that step and go right to a 650. That's sound logic in my opinion. Like, that argument makes a lot of sense, but it wasn't the case with me. I'm not sick of this. It does have enough power for me. So again, I'm only speaking from my experience and whatnot. Now, the 650, I did have the opportunity to ride those bikes. I love them. I think I like the 650 a lot because it looks a lot like this bike. Obviously, I really like the looks of the Kawasaki's. But anyway, it's not as nimble, so it's not as easy to flick around corners and such. But obviously its biggest competitive edge is the power difference. It's not necessarily something that, you know, some people consider 650s starter bikes, but when I was buying mine, a 650 was not considered I don't think that much changed in a year. I didn't hear of 650s being considered starter bikes, so that option never really fazed me. I just thought, you know, the logical point would be to start on a 250, 300, something like that, and then move up. And the 650 was almost like my big picture goal. Do I think I could have started directly on the 650? Yeah, I do. After riding it, it's definitely an option that you can go with right away. Most people can anyway. It's not the same power that a Super Sport would have, in that it's controllable power, if you know what I mean by that. So it's not like you're gonna accidentally twist the throttle a little too hard and it's gonna shoot you off the ass end of the bike. A Super Sport could do that. The 650, it's a lot more tame than that. It does have some balls. If you want to open it up, it'll go, but nothing that I would consider to be uncontrollable. Again, it's tough to say. The 650 comes with ABS as well, so if you want ABS, neither bike necessarily has a competitive edge there. I don't believe it has a slipper clutch. In my opinion, a slipper clutch wouldn't make or break it. It's not really relevant to me. They're both fantastic bikes. Again, look at the cost of ownership total. What's the MSRP on one bike versus the next? What's the cost of insurance one bike versus the next? Myself, I personally don't pay too much attention to the difference of fuel economy, because it's a couple dollars here or there. Like, to me, that's not a big enough argument to swing me either way. But I don't know, it's tough to say. Sometimes I do think, I probably should have started on the 650, and then I get on this and I have so much damn fun on it, I don't think it's necessary. Again, it's completely up to you. I wish, when you clicked on this video, you probably thought that I was going to give you the answer that you've been waiting for, and I'm sorry to disappoint, but I can't do that. It is a decision that you've got to make for yourself. Look at all the variables again, contact your insurance companies, find out what the cost would be, and make a decision based on that. People often think that you're going to get the 300, grow out of it in a couple months, then upgrade to a 650, and then move on from the 650 eventually. So the argument again is, why not skip that first step if it's possible to do so? To play devil's advocate, I feel like if I wanted to skip the 650 step now, I can do that. So if I wanted, to get a Ninja 1000 or move on to a Super Sport or whatnot, that's definitely something that I could do. So you could skip a step either way. It just depends what step you want to skip. Now, if you haven't ridden a motorcycle before, there is always the chance, although we don't like to talk about it, there's always the chance that you're going to lay the bike down. Which bike would you prefer to lay down, right? So again, look at cost. Ninja 300s are newer. You can only get a 2013 or newer. Ninja 650, you can get older ones as well, right? So can you get a Ninja 650 for cheaper than a 300 maybe? I don't know. I didn't really look at older models. But this guy here is like less than $6,000 brand new. If it were to lay down, I'd rather lay down like a used 250 or something, but at the end of the day, if I was looking at brand new bikes, I would probably prefer to lay this down than a Ninja 650. By the way, for the record, everybody says that you're likely going to lay down your first bike. I think that's bullshit, personally. This is my first bike. It's never been laid down. I think if you do things properly, you do things carefully, learn, don't get overzealous or anything, I think you can be just fine. So let me know what you guys think. 650, 300, again, in my opinion, they're both fantastic bikes, and they're both very viable options for learner bikes. I'm going to stick with this for now because it's fun as hell for me to ride. It's got the power that I want it to have. It's cheap on insurance. I own it already. It's just easier. And I'm just not 100% decided on what I want next yet, so I'm in no rush. Let me know what you guys think though. Where am I? This is not a road. No, I shouldn't. Should I? No, should I? Nah, I'm not going to. I'm sorry to disappoint again. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and as always, keep on keeping on.